The only segment that will explain the fair value gap to you in a simple way, and you'll definitely leave this segment understanding the fair value gap. Regarding the fair value gap, it is the pillar of ICT and smart money, which are among the most powerful strategies in the trading field. Today, we will delve into the issue of fair value gap a little more deeply. We will have other sections on fair value gap, as it is not possible to cover the fair value gap in one section. So if you're interested in these videos and ICT, leave me a comment below. Let's return to our topic and delve deeper into the fair value gap. To understand fair value gap more clearly and easily, let's start with an example. In this example, we have a seller, and the buyer in this case would be you, me, and all the other traders. Okay, the seller in this case has merchandise that is currently priced at $50, but after a while there is demand for this merchandise and its price rises to $80. You, as the buyer, choose either to buy at this high price now or wait for a fair price for the goods, which is $50. The same thing applies to the fair value gap. The fair value gap is the fair price of the goods. It means the $50 that we should buy at, because it's the fair price for these goods. I hope this example made the fair value gap clearer for you. The fair value gap is also called the fair value gap, and it occurs between three candlesticks. And this is known to most people. Look at these three candles with me. Between them is the fair value gap, which is this area drawn here. Okay, how do we determine this fair value gap? First, for those who don't know, let's assume we have three candles, the first, the second, and the third. Well, the fair value gap is always on the second candle, so the tail or body of the third candle never penetrates this area. Likewise, for the first candle, we have a clear gap here. We'll learn more about this when we look at examples. A fair value gap is an imbalance between supply and demand. This is what causes the price to rise sharply, leaving behind this gap. This gap then means that buy orders haven't been filled in this area due to increased demand. What does that mean? It means this area consists of buy orders here. In this case, they were not executed by the market, meaning they are pending. He'll definitely come back to it to do it, and then it'll give him the strength to continue climbing. I think the idea is clear to fair value gap now. Likewise, in a bear market, the same principle applies. Except in this case, these are pending sell orders. The market doesn't execute them and continues to do so due to increased supply or demand. Okay, now the question is, these three candles, do they have to look like this? No, they don't have to. I'll show you some shapes. We might have candles like this, three consecutive red candles. This might be the case in a bearish market. This might be the case in a bullish market. The most important note to emphasize is that not every fair value gap is suitable for entry. We must learn how to filter out the fair value gaps that are valid for entry. Look with me at this case. Here, the market is bearish, as you can see. This market is forming, as you can see here, a break of structure. Here, the breakout structure. Then it goes down and breaks the structure, then it goes down. That means the market continues to fall. This is very clear. But in this case, I have a positive fair value gap. This fair value gap is positive. Is it valid for entry? I mean, should I rely on it? No, because look with me, I have a bearish market. First, because we need to focus on the fact that in the negative fair value gap, the market was going to fill this fair value gap. Then it continues to decline. So we have two types of fair value gaps. The negative fair value gap, also known as the bearish fair value gap or the declining fair value gap in this case, and this fair value gap. And we have the positive one, also known as the bullish fair value gap. This is the fair value gap we have in this case. What makes us care about both positive and negative fair value gaps in this case? It's the market trend, because it's sharply downward. Also, what confirms this continuous decline is always the break in structure that occurs during the price drop. So how do we filter the suitable fair value gap for entry? Look, there are many rules. But just to avoid confusing you, let's focus on just two things. Let's see. The first thing is to identify the fair value gap that's in the trend and focus on it. We saw the example I explained before, which is what I'm explaining in this case. We see that the market here is bearish. What determines this is the break of structure that always occurs during a price decline. The market continued and focused on the negative fair value gap that is in line with the trend. That's why we said you should focus on the fair value gap that accompanies the trend. That's why you should be aware of the daily basis. What is the daily bias? It's the topic of the next video. Stay subscribed to my channel, activate the bell, and wait for the upcoming clip. The second thing I like is the fair value gap that is close to the order block. Look with me. Here in this case, there is the order block. By the way, since we started this playlist on ICT and smart money, we will have a detailed clip on how to correctly identify the order block. Look with me here. I have the order block, and here is a fair value gap close to the order block. And most of the time, when the market reaches this fair value gap, it continues until it reaches the order block. then we always see a sharp drop from these areas. First, let's talk about the indicators that draw the fair value cap effortlessly and correctly. We'll focus on two. First, go to the TradingView platform, click on the indicator box, and then try typing FVG or fair value cap in this indicator. Here, if we click on it, it will be added to the chart, and as you can see, it will draw the different types of fair value cap. The second indicator is the one for Luxalgo and is called fair value cap. By clicking on it as well, it will be added to the chart and draw the fair value cap. Now, let me share with you some of the instances where traders are caught using the fair value cap. Here we have a bearish market, which is exactly what it looks like, as the breakout structure we saw earlier is always broken. But sometimes this happens. Look here, the structure is not broken. Here it gives you the impression that the market has turned bullish, but it hasn't. It is heading to a negative fair value gap, which I have here. To fill this fair value gap, then the drop from it will be stronger. Thus the market continues to decline and it breaks the structure here. This is the situation in which traders are hunted. Where? Specifically in this area, because in this area you will find that the market pattern has changed. This brings in more buyers. If you remember, we talked about focusing on the upside value cap, which is in line with the trend. In this case, if we look back at the daily time frame, we'll find that the market is bullish. I'm going to focus on the positive fair value cap. And so if you notice here, we have a positive fair value cap, which was filled by the market, and the market continued to go up. This is my fair value cap. What made me draw all these fair value caps was to convey a concept. The concept is that often in a bullish or bearish market, we sometimes find when the market trend is sharply upward, a lot of fair value caps that are not filled by the market. Okay, in this case, we must pay attention to something important. The market always gives preference to what? Not to this fair value gap or that fair value gap. It gives preference to the last fair value gap. And in this case, the last fair value gap was not filled. With me in this upward trend is this fair value gap. That is, if I have to focus on entering a fair value cap, I try to focus on this fair value cap because the upside from this fair value cap will be better than these other fair value caps. But does this mean that a fair value cap that goes against the trend is a false fair value cap? No, because there are conditions for that, and we will delve into them, God willing, in the fair value cap sections. I'm sure you've benefited and understood the fair value cap for the first time. So like the video, share your comments with me below. If you're interested in us continuing with this, don't forget to benefit from the collection of books I shared with you. Don't forget to follow because the upcoming videos will be better. Stay safe.